This is my new fishing kayak. It's a 2015 Hobie Pro Angler 14. And make this video to show off some of the features here. The 2015 Pro Angler, they come with these H-bars, which I think are pretty cool because it allows you to easily bolt on a lot of accessories. And what I've chosen to bolt on are these, first of all, these G-Hold made by Railblaze, and it allows you to, strap in your oar or, maybe a gaff or something on the outside of the kayak, so it's not in your way. Not that this kayak doesn't have tons of room, because it does, but I like the idea of getting as many things out of the way as possible, so I got more room to move around on the inside. I got a fish finder. This is the Lowrance Elite 7X fish finder. This is a Railblaze 2 rod mount. This is the Railblaze Camera Boom 600, I think it's called. This is a pretty neat deal because you can put like your GoPro on here, and then it's on this swivel. So if you want a front shot, you can do like that, and then you can just pull on it, swing it around, and change the angle a little bit, and like maybe look over the bow of the boat a little bit, or off to the side if you're fighting a fish over on your right. So it allows you to quickly change the angle without having to have, obviously in a perfect world you've got several GoPros on several mounts all over the place, but I'm not there yet. So the seat is really nothing short of amazing. I think this is a huge selling point for Hobie, because it sits up in the kayak. Obviously, they call it vantage seating, but you can also, like, if you get into rough waters, you can just come back here. They've got a little cord you can pull up there, but it just it tips that back, and you can lay the seat down. And then you think, well, the seat's an awkward angle now. Well, it doesn't have to be. You can use these. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but you can twist this, and it changes the back of the seat there. And you twist this one, and it changes the height of the seat itself. It also has a lumbar adjustment back here, which I'm not going to mess with right now. But also, I got these rod holder extensions. These are the adjustable rod holder extenders. I like them a little better than the standard rod holders that you can get for these, because you can change the angles on them and then use these straps to strap them in. So if you wanted a more severe angle, you could have it coming out 90 degrees from the kayak. If you wanted, you could put it directly behind the kayak, just by there's a latch here that you can pull up that allows you to move it up or down, and then this knob here allows you to rotate this part here. I got the Hobie Livewell XL. The Livewell XL was the most difficult decision, because you've got a limited amount of space on the kayak, even a big kayak like this one. So every bit of real estate, you're making choices what you're going to do with it. And this spot in particular had a couple of compelling choices that you could go with. One of them being this live well, which is what I ultimately got. But you could also put an ice chest back here. You could put the H crate or a black pack back here. The H crate would give you lots of extra tackle storage. And so, for me, while admittedly I do use lures most of the time, so probably this live well, the vast majority of the time won't even be used. When I get to take it to Florida on my vacation, spring vacation every year, then it's going to come in real handy because I love fishing with live bait in the ocean. I think it's a lot of fun. So so that's why I got it, because I figured when I'm not using it that way, I can just throw an ice chest back there. Because really the H crate to me seemed really unnecessary, because you've got down here, you've got plenty of, I can put 4 Plano boxes under the seat and strap them in down there. In this center console, it's got another 2 of the smaller Plano boxes. And then I got over on this other side, I got this, I think they call it a tackle bin. But this bolts on, I can bolt it on to the outside of the kayak, and it can hold another 2 tackle boxes that I can strap in to secure them. And also it keeps my fish grips and my pliers and stuff all handy. It's got places where you can connect it. So I felt like that's enough tackle for me. I really don't ever use that much tackle when I go out. I'll switch between a few crankbaits when I'm bass fishing and maybe a spinner bait or worm or something, but I never go through more than 6 tackle boxes worth of stuff. So that, to me, the H crate was totally unnecessary, particularly when you've got this big hatch up here that, I've got my dry bag in there and the straps that, I strap this down to the trailer on when it's moving, and, I've got a drift bag and a drift chute and an anchor in here, and, just all kinds of extra stuff. And there's still plenty of room to put more stuff in here. So, I just didn't feel like storage was enough of a problem to justify the H crate. I don't have the pedals in right now because the way it's sitting on the trailer, the pedals can't rest through. It would hit the T-bar on the trailer. So they've got this thing that you can use. It's basically just a plug as a spacer. Like when you're launching the kayak, if you don't want water just sitting right here, or you're not going to be using the pedals if you're paddling or something, you can plug that in. It's real easy to take out. You just flip this switch here on each side, and then it just pops out. And similarly, you can just drop the fins down in there. You can put this back in here. This right here is the Mirage Drive leash. It connects to this right here, so that if you are launching, particularly if you're launching the surf or something, and you can't put those down yet, the last thing you want to do is flip over and lose these pedals, because they're like $800 to replace. It's crazy. So I figured $20 for this leash here is well worth it if it saves that expense. You can put leashes on all of your rods. I wouldn't launch like this, probably even in calm water, just because they've got all this rod storage in the boat. You can put your rods like that and then strap them in. They've got these straps here, and then when you're ready to use them, then you can pull them out and put them up in here. If you're going to troll, use these back here. The other cool feature I got is supernova lights. Put the switch is down in here, but hit that switch, and now I have lights for nighttime. Supposedly these will attract bait fish at night, which will attract game fish. We'll see. I also got interior lights. They're kind of hidden up under those black panels there, so that it's indirect light and it's not shining right in my face. There's one behind the seat there. And then this is really cool. The guys over at OKC Kayak, Guy did it, but he installed a light that goes through my live well panel here. This is just where the battery housing is for that. I used an existing hole in there, and I can hit this switch here, and boom, I got light in my live well. So I think that's pretty cool. But I don't have it strapped in real good right now, but you can strap that down where it really won't move, particularly when it has 11 gallons of water in it. That's something like 90 pounds. So I don't imagine I'll be using those. You know, it comes with these 2 rod holders, so I figure I'll just throw my flag in one and my net in the other. Because honestly, it's got a place to put what, like 10, 11 different rods. I don't even own that many rods, so not even close. So you know, we'll get some other use out of it. Little safety features. This flag's actually pretty neat. It breaks down into about a 12-inch deal. It all folds up against this base here, and it can all go in this. The flag part of it is actually a bag. The whole thing can go in this bag, but it has a reflector right here, and then you can twist this top. See if I can figure out which way to twist it here. Well, there we go. And you got another light for nighttime safety. What else? I put a worm bag back here that I'm actually working on making leaders for fishing out in the Gulf with, you know, some stinger leaders for kingfish and Spanish mackerel, and some grouper rigs, leader for tarpon fishing. We try to do that. I don't know how well that's going to work out. That's a big fish. I imagine if I do hang one, I'll probably let him drag me around for a little bit and then get him close enough to cut him loose. I just don't think I'm ready for that yet. We'll see. What else? I guess that's it. So yeah. Oh, and it's got these wires here. You may have seen them when I'm flashing around the cabin of this thing. But this is for the kickstand for the chair. This one is for the skeg, which you know, you can drop that down. It comes out the back. It's a fin that helps you track more you know, straight, particularly for a long trip. This one here is the rudder. So when you're using the pedals, then you can drop that down, and then you can use this knob here to turn right and left. So I guess that's it. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about this. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and these guys just look like they're having a blast out there. And you know, I've been dying to get out on the ocean, so this will give me a way to do that. This is the Hobie fish bag. It'll be strapped to the front there. I'm going to have to add some eyelets to strap it down. And then also, you can fit the Trax 2 wheels behind the seat, even with the live well back there. So I thought that was pretty cool.